I'd like to call the meeting to order for the Northumberland County Board of Elections. Please all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the republic for which nation.
Be seated. Thanks. Do you have any public input on agenda items only for the Elections Board? Okay. Seeing none, I need a motion to approve and dispense with the reading of the minutes of the August 5th Election Board meeting.
So moved.
Second.
On the question? All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. A motion is needed to authorize the Election Board to ratify the signing of the following reports on behalf of the Elections Office: a certificate of computation, municipal 2025 election, first and second signing, and the final ballot certification for the municipal 2025 election.
So moved.
Second.
On the question? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. That motion passes. A motion is needed to accept the resignation of Solicitor Frank Garrigan from the Board of Elections effective 10/31/2025.
So moved.
Second.
On the question?
We're going to miss you, Frank.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Second.
What?
What am I doing here if this is a ratification of something that already happened?
Well, this was,
I'm out of here.
This is only the election board. Don't get too excited, Frank.
This is election
This
board.
isn't this board.
Yep, so because Frank was on the elections, he could not supervise the elections as our legal counsel, so we had to have a substitution for that. So all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, that motion passes. We need a motion to appoint Vince Revito Jr. as Solicitor of the Board of Elections effective 10/31/2025.
So moved.
Second.
On the question? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you so much. Is there any old business? Lindsay, do you have any old or new business? I do. Wonderful.
As you previously said, we are fully certified with the state. The write-in winners have been sent their letters asking if they want to accept or deny the nomination. Wanted to clarify the write-ins, okay? When you get enough signatures or votes for the write-ins, we will send you a letter asking if you would like to accept or decline that nomination, okay? If we do not, and we'll give you a date that we would like to return it by. So for instance, the primary election, we said Friday, August 1st by 5 p.m. is when we need the paperwork back in our office. And that's so I have enough time to be able to create the ballot and there's no questions, right? If I don't receive that back, it is my understanding that you choose to not be placed on the ballot. So that is why we would not place you on the ballot, okay? We send the letter out to all of the write-ins who have qualified and have received enough signatures to be on the ballot, and every single write-in who does qualify gets the same packet of information. We send it to all parties, all candidates, everybody, okay? And that's pretty much it.
Then, Lindsay, basically you're saying everyone is treated exactly the same.
100%.
Correct.
Yep, and I do not reach out to anybody asking if they want to accept or decline the the nomination. Okay, that's their job as the candidate to send back to me.
That's for the record, Francis. Everybody is treated exactly the same.
100%.
No, we're not questioning you. We just want to make sure you have that.
Just in case you get a complaint.
And how many letters were sent out to these individuals?
For the
Approximately.
primary, I don't know, but for the general, about 100%. And we just
100?
sent those. Yeah, we just sent those out yesterday, actually. Yep.
So, like, I'm sure, like, people wrote in Mickey Mouse.
Right.
He doesn't get a letter, right?
Oh, depending on what office, he might.
I mean, that they do. They write
Yeah,
in.
they really do.
You know.
That does
Depending on what office, you do have to meet the threshold of minimum required signatures. So if it's like a county race, it's 100. For council races, there's 10 that need to be met.
That's what we're wondering.
Orlando. Or Anaheim. You can send it to both places to cover your bases. All right, thank you.
And thank you to the workers from the county that help us with the elections. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Lindsay, and thank you to, yes, all the county volunteers who helped to make everything go smoothly, or it wouldn't. and we really appreciate that. Is there any public input for wrap-up? Or- Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. And I will then adjourn the meeting or recess the meeting so that we can open the public meeting agenda.
Call the order of the Northumberland County Commissioners' Public Meeting dated December 2nd, 2025. Nathan?
At this time, is there citizens' input on agenda items only? And hearing and seeing none?
We're doing the, okay, so right off the bat, we're going to do the Housing Authority of Northumberland County presentation from Tina from the Register and Recorder's Office. Tina, would you like to take over, please? We have the amount.
Probably pretty much everybody knows that this blight or demolition fund comes from fees that are collected from my office over the years. It's $15 for every deed and $15 for every mortgage, and that goes into an account and is turned over to the controller's office, the commissioners. I guess there's a board of people that decide how much money they're going to get and what they're going to use it for. So, but once again, we had a good year, collected quite a lot of funds. So I'm here to present the check to the Housing Authority.
Now, I think I have that number here, $73,644.
That's correct.
Okay, okay, great. So we're going to have a presentation now. I guess the Housing Authority representatives would like to come up, and Tina can present that. Mr. Sodrick probably has something to say, usually always does.
Mickey Mouse. Holy mackerel. On behalf of the Housing Authority, I'd like to thank the commissioners for two things. One, setting aside funds every year, and two, allocating them to the Housing Authority to fight blight. A couple things about fighting blight. I would guess that, Francis, is there still 67 counties in Pennsylvania? Okay, if there's 67 counties in Pennsylvania, and I don't know if they all have 3 sitting commissioners, but if they do and we were to poll those folks, there'd be over 200 folks, and ask them what the 3 biggest challenges their county faces, blight would be one of them. It's not unique to Northumberland County. And the answer, of course, is not, and as everybody in here knows, is throwing money at the problem. It goes deeper than that. We could spend days talking about solutions to blight. However, the other thing I think needs to be stated is that the average citizen in town doesn't understand how much it costs to tear a building down. They'll look at a dilapidated building as, well, why doesn't the county tear it down? Why doesn't the township tear it down? Why doesn't the city tear it down? But when you see what all goes into it, including red tape, it's a long ordeal, a long process, and a very expensive process. I think maybe you should hear a little bit about where Northumberland County Housing Authority and what they've done with the funding that you provided year after year. And for a brief synopsis of that, I've asked our Executive Director, Pat Mack, to explain to you what we've done the last few years. Pat?
Thank you, Ned. Gentlemen, as you know, as sitting members of the Housing Authority, you hear this pretty much monthly. But for the general public, this has been money that's used countywide. This has gone to emergency demolitions in Sunbury. It's gone to large demolitions in Cole Township, downtown Shamokin. The original start of the money was originally used in Coltmont, and then also, as I mentioned, downtown Shamokin. We currently have a commitment to Mount Carmel Borough for a rather large demolition in their municipality. The nice part about this money that the county collects is, as Ned mentioned, there's red tape with all government money, but this is probably one of the more flexible pieces that we're able to use to leverage other funds. So again, this year, thank you all for your commitment throughout the county. I hear it regularly. Why doesn't the county this? Why doesn't the county that? So today's a day to say, well, here, the county does do something and has continued to do something year in and year out to attacking blight. So thank you.
all your work that you put into it.
Just one other thing before we get the picture, where there's also another member here, Joe Morales, sitting there in the front row. I just wanted to mention that, and being on the Housing Authority with Joe, and you know, we, besides the demolition, which this money is used for, the building of different things, Mountain View Manor, the Atlas, you know, all the different, usually for veterans or low income or senior housing, is really outstanding from what we do. I probably would compare us to any county in in the state of Pennsylvania. And I think that's because of our leadership that runs the county, and Ned's the chairman, and Joe Morales is just a peon member. Okay. All right, let's get a picture and then we can go forward, Tina.
Where do you want?
I guess right up here.
Do you want us to?
Yep,
Joe, we want,
We get the flags in and everything then.
we have a big check. We made that check up. It took her all morning.
It looks very nice.
Oh, sorry. Where do you want? Where you going? Everybody on their toes, please. That was pretty good. Is that going?
Somebody moving?
Francis, I don't even think you took it.
Thank you.
To the bank.
And also, I also want to thank Tina for collecting that each year and doing that for us, and we appreciate you and your office for all that also.
Tina actually told me that they will process this check, so I'm glad.
Ned, we don't want you to take that check because we do erase all the numbers and use it again. We're trying to save money here. All right. Are we ready?
For Ethan Howard.
Oh, Ethan. Okay, I almost forgot Ethan. I was just on the phone with you a couple of days ago, right? So Ethan is our Penn State Extension representative who does a very good job and is a very good speaker, so we expect a lot from him today.
I don't know if I'm a good speaker, but I talk a lot. So quantity over quality maybe some days, but
You're the happiest guy in Pennsylvania.
well, I don't know about that, but I do enjoy this job, and I do enjoy working for Extension. We do a lot of really cool things. Growing up, I grew up in agriculture, and I grew up also watching Bill Nye. So there's appreciation for the scientific process, which basically what we do is we take research being done at Penn State and throughout the country and try to improve people's lives with it. Usually with agriculture, but not always. So it's a little bit more broad than that too. So I'm going to go through our local program teams and what they're working on, just to keep you all in the loop, and I'll try to keep it as brief as possible. Starting off here, I have our 4-H here, our local Northumberland 4-H. In the report that you have, it's basically a sum up of the entire year, all the big stuff that we were able to do here locally. Back in summer, we were able to do our 4-H project roundup, which we do every year, and we were able to engage about 54 traditional members, kids, through that program where they do a sum up of whichever program that they were working on that year, whether it's equine, cattle, something with art. The projects are all over the place, so it's a very good thing. And I also wanted to highlight here our partnership with the Susquehanna Intermediate Unit, where we were able to engage 269 youth through after-school programs geared around STEAM. These kids came from Shikellamy, Milton, and Shamokin school districts, and and they were able to do projects with food and nutrition, environmental science, and creative arts. And we also had members participate in other programs, such as the State Leadership Conference, statewide club officer training, horse judging, and livestock judging, which are state programs. So, and then here on the back, I also included some pictures in case you would like a visual aid. So, any questions there with 4-H? Moving on here, I included a page here with our local master gardeners in Northumberland County. So the next big thing that they're working on is their second Saturday gardening series, which will be starting up January 10th. This is a webinar series where you can hop on and learn about whatever chosen topic our master gardeners pick. This one's about hemp. It's called, if you would like to Google it at home, it's called Hemp More Than a Weed. I think that's a pun. They knew what they were doing there. We are also working on reaching out to first grade classes in the county and teaching Mr. Yuck. I always say Mr. Yuck has existed before me. It will exist after me. It's a wonderful program to teach kids to identify poisons in the household. We also did a very smaller but important project over at the Shamokin Community Gardens on November 14th. We helped with tree planting over there. And we are also planning our annual plant sale fundraiser, which is a tri-county effort between Montour, Columbia, and Northumberland County. And last thing here is we are currently doing basic training for new members, and we were able to recruit one more person in Northumberland County, one in Montour, and 3 people in Columbia. So I believe that brings our numbers up to 13 or 14 in this county. So things are moving there. Any questions with Master Gardeners? Okay, so next one up here is our dairy team, Emily. She's been doing a wonderful job as per usual. She's been offering a number of smart feeding programs dealing with managing of dairy herd diets and how to increase the yields of your milk production, and organic study circles. And she's also going to offer here in a few, maybe a week or so, it is the 2nd, Herds and Her, Empowering Women in Dairy Talk, which will be out in State College. We found there's a lot of success in engaging women who work in the dairy industry. There's a huge appetite for people in that industry to be engaged. So it is geared towards women, but anyone's welcome to attend for anyone who's looking to network, learn some things, and that sort of thing. And then, of course, the last thing she's offering for this year is a talk on steps to improve your milk quality. So we always talk about quantity, but how do you improve the fat content in your milk, among other different ways of measuring the quality of milk. So she's working on that, and that one will be local. That'll be in Lewisburg. And then the last one here, well, second to last, I have Anna Hodgson, who's our agronomy educator. There's pages of stuff she's doing, but I'll just talk about a few things here. We've been able to work with some of the local farm bureaus to put on a number of pesticide safety topics, and the local conservation district also back in September, which was a really great talk we did about weed ID and management. And then the next big thing she's working on is on January 28th. That's our Union County Crops Day, but we always pull farmers from Northumberland County as well for that. That'll be at the Silver Moon Banquet Hall in Lewisburg. Registration is currently open, and if you register for it early, it'll be $10 or $20 at the door. So get those registrations in early. We'll be covering a number of different topics about weed spraying technologies, mycotoxins, drone updates, and of course the ever treasured earning pesticide and CCA credits as well, which folks are always looking to do that. And then last but not least, I also wanted to mention our nutrition education advisor, Catherine. She's relatively new, but she's hit the ground running here. So back in September, she was able to do a lecture at the Mount Carmel Adult Community Center, which everything she does is about SNAP-Ed and FNAP funding, which is all about educating people about lower income people, what kind of foods to eat, how to stretch your dollar, that sort of thing. So she did a talk there in Mount Carmel, and then coming up next year, she's going to be also working with the CSIU about the engaging youth between the ages of 13 and 18 about nutrition, cooking, shopping, and safety. And the very last thing I want to mention, this is actually a statewide thing that we're working on, is coming January, we will be doing a statewide rollout of our new AI tool, where any consumer can hop on to our AI tool. I don't think we have a name for it yet, where they'll be able to ask specific questions, and basically the program will go through all of our different articles, all of our encyclopedia knowledge, everything that's been compiled on our website, and get a really specific answer that's easy to learn about. So instead of going through a bunch of different articles and spending time doing that, it'll be in a one easy to access place. So, and I think we'll be doing a hard rollout of that at the farm show. So any questions? I think that's about everything.
Workshops, I know she had a Union County Crops Day. Is that something you do for each of the counties that you represent?
Correct. So it's called Union County Crops Day because it's held in Union County, but we usually pull people from Snyder, Northumberland, Montour, Columbia, I think sometimes even Center. So people, it's an all-day event. There's food. It's a good event.
Great, Ethan, thank you.
No tomato updates, I guess.
Okay, yep.
Motion is needed to approve and dispense with the reading of the minutes of the Commissioners' public meeting, which was held on Wednesday, November 18th, 2025.
Moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
A motion is needed to pay all county and liquid fuels payrolls as submitted by the Human Resource Office for payroll number 23 in the amount of $722,338.75 and payroll number 24 in the amount of $745,901.16.
Moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
A motion is needed to pay all county and liquid fuels bills as submitted by the county controller in the amount of $3,954,079.71 from 11/15/2025 to 11/25/2025.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Under announcements, the next regular public meeting will be held on Tuesday, December 23rd, 2025 at 1 p.m. in the public meeting room at the Administration Center located at 399 Stadium Drive in Sunbury. A work session will be held on Tuesday, December 16th, 2025 beginning at 10 a.m. in the Commissioners' Conference Room. The Northumberland County Courthouse, Administration Center, and related county facilities will be closed on Thursday, December 25th, 2025 in observance of the Christmas Day holiday, and Thursday, January 1st, 2026 in observance of the New Year's Day holiday. The prison board meeting will be held on Wednesday, December 3rd, 2025 at 11 a.m. at the Administration Center at 399 Stadium Drive in Sunbury. A motion is needed to approve the employee status sheet list of new hires, individuals no longer employed, promotions, demotions, and transfers as item number 1 through 10.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A motion is needed to approve the following reports. These include the coal royalty report as submitted by the county engineer, the tax claims bureau report, and the monthly fiscal status sheets as submitted by the weatherization department.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor state aye. Aye, motion carries.
A motion is needed to approve the 2026 proposed budget for the Northumberland County General Fund and all funds and advertise it according to the law. The proposed budget will be advertised and made available for public inspection for 20 days in compliance with county code with the intent of adopting the final budget at a future public meeting of the Northumberland County Commissioners.
Moved.
Seconded.
On the question, just a couple things, and I know there'll be questions at the end, but the budget roughly comes around $90 million. That $90 million is with a no increase in taxes from last year to this year for county residents. So their taxes will stay the same as they were last year. And I want to thank everyone, Chris and his whole department, the commissioners, Mary, everyone who worked on the budget, Frank. We will have some other things to announce, I think, on the 23rd, when we will finalize the budget. But I think the main thing is that, a lot of people have been already saying to me, my taxes went up, my taxes went up. Well, they didn't go up county-wise. That might be your school taxes, or that might be your municipal taxes, but your county taxes will be the same as they were last year. Okay? All in favor, state aye.
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 Motion carries.
A motion is needed to authorize the payment of approximately $433,353 to retirees for health and welfare benefits for the year 2025 as submitted by the Controller's Office.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, is this the one, Chris, that we talked about this morning? About the employees who will get so much per year? Would you like to explain it? Because you explained it to me, and I did look into it, but it would, a lot more come from our controller, who is at one of his final, not final, but one of his final meetings, so we'll give him a chance to talk.
It's a benefit that's offered to retirees to help offset the cost of medical expenses during retirement years. I don't have the exact date in front of me, but it was only offered to employees up to sometime in 2012, meaning any retirees after that date are not eligible for it. Except for, I believe, elected officials are still eligible for the plan. And what it does is it just offers a benefit of equal to $100 per each year of service, up to 20 years. So the maximum any retiree can get is $2,000 per year. To offset, like I said, medical expenses that they incur during retirement.
Other questions? Okay, all in favor, state aye. Aye. Motion carries.
Motion is needed to authorize the Security Director, Stephen Mazzio, as signatory for the renewal agreement between Northumberland County and Commonwealth Security of Sunbury for maintenance service to security systems at various county buildings at an annual cost of $10,865, and this is a ratification.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, Steve, would you like to add anything to this? We're fine, okay. All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Motion is needed to renew the agreement between the Northumberland County Commissioners on behalf of the Tax Claims Bureau and Janet Scheib for deed preparations on various properties throughout Northumberland County, judicial and upset sales, and this is a ratification.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Motion is needed to authorize the execution of a lease agreement between Northumberland County Commissioners and Dave Burgess for leasing storage space at 326 North 2nd Street in Sunbury, PA.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor, state aye. Aye. Motion carries.
Motion is needed to authorize the execution of a lease agreement between Northumberland County Commissioners and Nora Feast for the leasing of a rental property located at 336B North 2nd Street in Sunbury, Pennsylvania.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
A motion is needed to authorize the chairperson to execute the sales order and/or lease agreement with TOPP Business Solutions for copier maintenance and First Citizens Bank for equipment finance of the following copiers, scanners, printers, and this is a ratification.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor, state aye. Aye. Motion carries.
A motion is needed to authorize the chairperson to execute estimate number 7991 as provided by Equity Commercial Roofing out of Mifflinburg to repair the courthouse roof at a cost of $4,978.69, and this is a ratification.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Motion is needed motion is needed authorizing travel requests and attendance at the following workshops, seminars in accordance with the county personnel manual travel reimbursement policy. These include conferences for children and youth, the district attorney's office, and domestic relations office.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to approve the union agreement between Northumberland County and the International Union Security, Police, and Fire Professionals of America, SPFPA, Local 502, effective January 1st, 2026 to December 31st, 2029.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor, state aye. Aye. Motion carries.
A Motion is needed to authorize the distribution in the amount of $73,644 to the Housing Authority of Northumberland County according to the ordinance number O-04-17, Northumberland County Demolition Fund Act, under Act 152 of 2016, and this is a ratification.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question,
Oh, one moment. There is a typo in there on that ordinance number, so that will need to be updated. How can we do that, Frank?
you can just do it right now, right, Frank?
With the, well, is it just 25 that's the only thing that's wrong, or do we know it's 04?
No, it would not
04
be.
doesn't sound right.
It's not.
Hold on. Need to authorize the distribution. Strike according to ordinance, whatever.
You can come back to it, Frank, if you want, after, no.
I'll read the revised version. A
Okay.
motion is needed to authorize the distribution in the amount of $73,644 to the Housing Authority of Northumberland County from the Northumberland County Demolition Fund under Act 152 of 2016. It's a ratification.
So moved.
Seconded.
What are we changing on it?
Taking out the ordinance
Taking
number.
out
It's not
the-
really
Okay, the
necessary in the
ordinance number,
motion.
okay.
The numbering, yeah.
Okay, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Motion is needed to reappoint the following individuals to the Affordable Housing Fund Board for 2 years, beginning January 1st, 2026, and continuing through December 31st, 2027, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later. They include Edward Cristiano, Ronald Lentini, Nathan Savage, and Gail Zaylor.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
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 Motion carries.
Motion is needed to accept the resignation of Richard Daniels from the Agricultural Land Preservation Board as his current term expires on 12/31/2025.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Motion is needed to appoint John Clemens to the Agricultural Land Preservation Board for 3 years, beginning January 1st, 2026, and ending December 31st, 2028, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Motion is needed to reappoint Edward Linkus to the Airport Authority for 7 years, beginning January 1st, 2026, and ending December 31st, 2032, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Motion is needed to reappoint the following to the Area Agency on Aging Advisory Board for a 2-year term beginning January 1st, 2026, and ending December 31st, 2027, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later. It includes Sue Barnhart, Patrick Mack, Jennifer Willard Miller, and Gail Zaylor.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor, state aye. Aye, motion carries.
Motion is needed to accept the resignations of the following individuals from the Area Agency on Aging Advisory Board as their current terms expire on 12/31/2025. These include Martha Milbrandt, Stacy Snyder, and Linda Walker.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Motion is needed to appoint the following individuals to the Area Agency on Aging Advisory Board for a 2-year term beginning January 1st, 2026, and ending December 31st, 2027, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later. As listed below, they include Mary Ann Miller, Jim Schiavone, James White, Tara Venna, and Gabby Herman.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Motion is needed to reappoint the following to the Behavioral Health and Intellectual Developmental Services Drug and Alcohol Advisory Board for 3 years, beginning January 1st, 2026, and continuing through December 31st, 2028, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later. This includes Melissa Farrow and Brian Habermill.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Motion is needed to reappoint Commissioner Megan Beck to the Central Susquehanna Cooperative Extension Association for a 1-year term beginning January 1st, 2026, and ending December 31st, 2026, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
A motion is needed to reappoint the following to the Conservation District Board with a 4-year term beginning January 1st, 2026, and ending December 31st, 2029, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later. These include John Clements and Natalie Wortman.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Motion is needed to reappoint Commissioner Joseph Klebon to the Conservation District Board with a 1-year term beginning January 1st, 2026, and ending December 31st, 2026, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries.
Motion is needed to reappoint Joseph Morales to the Housing Authority with a 5-year term beginning January 1st, 2026 and ending December 31st, 2030, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to reappoint Richard Roby to the Industrial Development Authority with a 5-year term beginning January 1st, 2026 and ending December 31st, 2030, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to reappoint the following individuals to the Local Emergency Planning Commission, also known as LEPC, with a 1-year term beginning January 1st, 2026 and ending December 31st, 2026, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later. They include Rebecca Baker, Brian Balkunas, David Begovich, John Harahus, Michael Herbert, Jeff Hirsch, Commissioner Joseph Klebon, Todd Mace, Megan Shambach, Bill Smugin, and Brandon Ulrich.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to accept the resignations of the following individuals from the Local Emergency Planning Committee, also known as LEPC, as their term expires on 12/31/2025. These include Dale Hendricks, Catherine Polachek, Raymond Syko, and Lori Smugin.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to appoint the following individuals to the Local Emergency Planning Committee, LEPC, with a 1-year term beginning January 1st, 2026 and ending December 31st, 2026, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later. It includes Paul Muscarella and John Ferrari.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to accept the resignation of James Backus from the Northumberland County Anthracite Outdoor Adventure Area Authority as his term expires on 12/31/2025.
So moved.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to appoint Chris Grayson to the Northumberland County Anthracite Outdoor Adventure Authority with a 5-year term beginning January 1st, 2026 and ending December 31st, 2030, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, let me just say, we accepted Jim Backus's resignation. I think he's been with the AOA since the beginning, right?
Correct.
That's been in the 90s?
No. It
No?
was about 2012?
Oh, okay.
Something like that.
2012, okay. So, yeah, and Jim finally decided it was time for him to move on from that, which he did a great job, and I want to recognize Jim for all the years he did put in the AOA. We get a good bunch of money that he has, the past years, donated to the, not, I don't know if the word is donated, but gave to the county each year, and I'm sure his predecessor, is it the predecessor that Chris was a successor, would also do the same. And I just want to mention Chris, who will be retiring at the end of this year, has agreed to, at least I think he has agreed to take over the AOA and be on their board and then eventually take over the main spot. And I don't think there could have been a better choice than him. And I'm so glad he's going to do it. And I can't wait to see him flying around the mountains with his four-wheeler and his whatever he wears to go on four-wheeling. I don't know if he does. But I just want to say I think it's great that Chris is going to stick with the county. And I think I'm thrilled to be able to put him as, eventually, I think, down the road as the head of the board. So all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to reappoint James Ister to the Northumberland County Authority with a 5-year term beginning January 1st, 2026 and ending December 31st, 2030, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to appoint the following individuals to the Northumberland County Records Improvement Committee, statutorily set per their term held. This includes Prothonotary Jamie Selesky, Register and Recorder Tina Mertz, and Sheriff Robert Wolf.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A motion is needed to reappoint Jonathan Swindon to the Northumberland Montour Joint Airport Authority with a 5-year term beginning January 1st, 2026 and ending December 31st, 2030, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to reappoint the following individuals to the Planning Commission with a 4-year term beginning January 1st, 2026 and ending December 31st, 2029, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later. These include Michael Brincash and Pat Mack.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to reappoint John Wiscavige to the Redevelopment Authority of the County of Northumberland with a 5-year term beginning January 1st, 2026 and ending December 31st, 2030, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to reestablish the Safety, Security, Emergency Planning Committee effective 9/11/2025. This is a ratification.
So moved.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to appoint the following individuals to the Safety, Security, Emergency Planning Committee with a 1-year and 4-month term beginning September 11, 2025, and ending December 31st, 2026, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later. These include Nathan Savage, Kevin O'Hearn, Jonathan Pizzoli, Joseph Picarelli, Jeff Fetterman, Tim Heitzman, Emmanuel Giorgini, Olivia Sims, Bethany Price, Curtis Cook, Brian Scheller, Anthony Culp, Dave Burgess, Cleveland Way, Brandon Ulrich, Rebecca Baker, Jay Long from the Sunbury Fire Department, Chief Bremagen from Sunbury Police Department, Steve Mazzio, and Sandra Brown.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to reappoint the following individuals to the CEDACOG Board of Directors for a 1-year term beginning January 1st, 2026, and ending December 31st, 2026, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later. These include Brad Klebon and Joseph Klebon.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to reappoint Justin Scabry to the CEDACOG Metropolitan Planning Organization with a 1-year term beginning January 1st, 2026, and ending December 31st, 2026, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Who should do this? We in the medical.
Motion is needed to reappoint the following individuals to the CEDACOG Natural Gas Cooperative Board with a 1-year term beginning January 1st, 2026, and ending December 31st, 2026, or until a replacement is appointed, whichever shall come later. This includes Derek Backer and Justin Scabry.
So moved.
Seconded.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
At this time, we will need a motion to accept a proposal for countywide health insurance for employees as set forth in a proposal, and this will be for the Northumberland County employees for the year 2026, and we'll open it for motions.
So moved.
We got to make a motion, Joe, on who's going to do it.
Okay, you're right.
And we'll need a provider.
I'll make a motion that we have Geisinger as our healthcare provider for the year 2026.
The motion is, the proposal is that we vote to use Geisinger as our health insurance for the county.
Second that motion.
Okay, on the question, just a couple things. We have been going over this for months, okay? So everybody is aware the Geisinger plan that we will be voting on is a cost of almost $7.9 million. That is actually just about $1 million increase from last year, which is a 14% increase. And when you think 14% seems like a lot, we started at 24% increase. And that has been after many months and working with our broker and also other insurance departments. So today we had to make that decision so we can have the transition of whatever we need to go forward in 26. So the motion was to stay with Geisinger. And we have a first and second on that motion.
Yes.
So I'm trying to look if there's anything else we want to say about that. But it went from 7.9 million to basically $1 million more, 9.72, which is a 14% increase.
Yeah, well, we weighed all the factors and compared everything. It was, there wasn't that much of a difference, and for the sake of staying with somebody local and that we've had, our employees are familiar with, we decided that was the best thing to do in the best interest of everyone. So that's what we did.
Okay. All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
A motion is needed to authorize the commissioners to execute the agreement between Northumberland County and Barry Stahl on behalf of the Weatherization Department.
So moved.
Seconded.
I would just note this is a professional services agreement.
Yeah, on the question, I'm just going to say Barry is an employee of Northumberland County who's going to be retiring in a week or two. And he has been working with the Weatherization Department, budget and finance for many, many years. This appointment is a contract that basically will be paid not through general fund, right, Chris? It'll be more from the weatherization fund, which we get from the state. And so it's not going to be any cost basically to the county. So we're approving Barry to continue that on contract. So all in favor, state aye. Aye. Motion carries.
Motion is needed to authorize the chairperson to execute the agreement between Northumberland County and Bluebird Professionals LLC on behalf of the Northumberland County Prison.
So moved.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion is needed to approve the following certificates of recognition. There's one for Attorney Public Defender Edward Greco and Solicitor Frank Garrigan. And I can read them. So the first reads, it's a certificate of recognition, presented to Attorney Ed Greco in recognition of over 35 years of public service within the Public Defender's Office, of which 30 years were as Chief Public Defender within Northumberland County. We want to express our sincere gratitude for your many years of dedicated service to the county. Your contribution as a public servant to the citizens has been invaluable, and the election as county judge is a well-deserved recognition. Throughout your career as a public defender, your commitment to justice and fairness to all individuals has been observed regardless of their circumstances. Your dedication to ensuring your clients felt heard and your integrity in difficult cases has been truly inspiring. The transition to county judge benchmarks a new chapter, and experience in the Public Defender's Office has prepared you to serve the community with wisdom, impartiality, and an understanding of the justice system's intricacies. The compassionate approach and commitment to upholding the law will be invaluable in your new role as county judge, and best wishes for this important new journey. Signed unanimously by the Northumberland County Commissioners.
First, and before you talk, 35 years, I was in high school when you started. So I've been here the longest, and I have to say that you have been a pleasure. The 10 years that I have been here, I'm sure the 25 years before that were maybe not as pleasurable. I don't know who was here, but it was a joy to have you here. We're so proud of you being a judge in Northumberland County now, and we look forward to continue working with you, and we just want to thank you for everything you've done for the county while you were there.
Thank you very much. I really worked well with this company.
Thank you, Ed. And by the way, Commissioner Chickatano, he was in high school for 8 years. Took him a while to get out, but he did.
That's a good one.
21, he hit the limit. You have to graduate by 21. So, but anyway, thank you, Ed, for your great role model and a man of great integrity. And, you're going to do a great job as the judge. So, you're welcome.
Next one.
Okay, and for Solicitor Frank Garrigan, in recognition of over 15 years of service as county solicitor within Northumberland County, we want to express our sincere gratitude for your many years of dedicated service to the county, your contribution to being a public servant and helping those needing legal representation. Your extensive experience and dedicated service as the county solicitor have demonstrated your profound understanding of the law and your unwavering commitment to justice. The integrity, professionalism, and temperament will be an invaluable asset to the bench and the citizens of who you will serve. We have no doubt that you will approach this new role with the same diligence and fairness that characterized your tenure as solicitor, and we wish you every success in this new and important chapter of your distinguished career. Best wishes for this distinguished new position of county judge. Signed unanimously by the commissioners.
Thank you all very much.
So what do we say about Frank? Frank has been here, again, my 10 years when I came in, and I will have to say the guy is smart. He comes up with things for me. I mean, he just has a wit about him, and his big thing, and he should thank me about this, was winning our case with the Supreme Court, which was the only time you won at the Supreme Court, or was the only level of time you were ever at the Supreme Court?
Only time at the Supreme Court.
And I was there the day he was.
That's true. You traveled with me.
Yes, and.
Because you were going to fire me if I didn't win.
But really, 10 years with you, you've been, when we have problems, you are level-headed. You handle them so well. You, even just the last meeting, came up with things that I would never come up with. You're really keen. I can't wait to see you on the bench. They might be like Judge Judy and maybe televise your cases, I don't know. But anyway, Frank, I just want to thank you for all the time, and it was a pleasure.
I really enjoyed working with this board. It's nice, you guys get along very well. Sometimes that hasn't always been the case, and there's been some more exciting times to be solicitor, and I'm appreciative that it's not as exciting right now. Working with the county, working with all the different departments and getting to know everybody throughout the county over the years, it really is a very good and dedicated crew all across on the different departments, and I compliment you guys for hiring good staff. And luckily for me, for the most part, they keep themselves out of trouble, so I don't need to do a whole lot to try to get us out of the weeds. So, thank you.
One other thing, at the end of the meeting today, everyone's welcome to stay. We do have a cake that we're going to bring in for Ed and Frank. I wanted to bring gold watches, but you know our budget, you know how that is. So we have a cake anyway, so if anyone wants to stick around, you
Well, the
can.
gold watches, you would have had to chip in $20, and that was out of your price range, that $20.
Okay.
But I would just like to say, Frank, I'm going to miss you. I always felt very at ease and calm with you at the helm as our solicitor, because I knew things were going to get done correctly according to the law, and you always had an answer. And it didn't take long for you to respond with, that answer. So, and it was always the right answer. But the only one of the biggest thing I'm going to miss with you, and maybe this can continue, is your, I guess, weekly trivia questions that you would ask. Do you have
I
one
will
for
still
us
be,
right now?
I'll be emailing them over.
You need
so
one?
don't
Yeah,
worry.
you don't have one for us right now, do you?
Not
No?
presently, no.
Okay. Well, he always comes up with a pretty good one, but
Not to take anything away from you, but Joe is always at calm and at ease, no matter what.
It's pretty easy to keep Joe at ease, yes.
well,
He has that personality. He doesn't get excited about nothing. All right, you're done. Megan, you have anything?
Oh, no, just thank you to you, both of you. Thank you so much for all of your service to the county. You have really exemplified, leadership in our county and protecting the county and the citizens of our county, so thank you.
Well, then I guess for the last time, Frank,
We need to vote on those, I'm sorry.
we need to vote on it.
Yeah.
Can't we just give them to him? All in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. And for the last time, Frank, Solicitor's Report. Mr. Garrigan, Solicitor's Report.
I'll still be here on the 23rd. I have
Oh,
one more
okay.
meeting left. so.
Okay, well, then we're taking the cake back.
I can't eat it till the 23rd.
put it in the freezer, Mary. Put that in the freezer till the 23rd.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Motion to adopt Resolution R43-25, Commissioners 2026 tax rates, general millage and debt service millage.
So moved.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Motion to adopt Resolution R44-25, agreements, amendments, revisions, grants, leases, and reports between the Northumberland County Commissioners on behalf of the Human, Senior, and Social Services and the named service providers as listed. The above agreements, amendments, revisions, grants, leases, and reports are not with county employees, nor does their organizational contract list county employees as principals in their corporation or on their board of directors, with the exception of contracts with CSO, as Controller Grayson is a member of the CSO board.
So moved.
On the question, all in favor, state aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
This time, is there any old business? Hearing and seeing none, any new business? And a last opportunity for public input.
I have one other thing to say, but go ahead, Francis.
I just want to say, you are losing three good people in the county.
Yes.
My 20 years of being
Yes.
Ed was one of the first people I met down here. It was horrific to deal with. And as far as Chris Grayson, he's been fantastic with every member of North Mankind.
I agree, Francis, and you probably were in school when Ed started here anyway. You're younger. So anyway, one other thing I would like to announce, and To me, it's a big issue. I know Joe knows this person, but yesterday, I think one of our Northumberland County residents from Coltmont and Our Lady of Lourdes was appointed as the head football coach at the University of California in Los Angeles, UCLA. And I think that is a great, great honor for the Chesney family, the father and young Chesney, who's a great guy. And I just think for Northumberland County, that's big time. And maybe someday he'll mention Northumberland County in one of his talks, and hopefully he's successful. But I just think, another Northumberland County resident that's going out and going to be famous, hopefully, in our country is a big thing. And I just want to bring that up. And it's a great honor to have someone do that. Okay? Anybody else? Okay, then meeting's adjourned. Thank you for coming.